Madeline is an interesting and fun unit. You can get her as early as chapter 6 once you complete the Fell Xenologue, and just like Gregory, she does not get her own class sadly. She comes in as a general with an internal level of about 20. She's arguably the tankiest tank in the entire game by a fairly wide margin, but she does have a huge weakness to help balance her out a little bit. Madeline comes with an innate axe proficiency, which means you'll get access to some pretty nice S-rank axes on certain classes, and her personal skill, Knightly Code, makes it so that she takes 2 less damage when the foe initiates combat and she is adjacent to an ally. So it's a very circumstantial skill. It's made to stack with or synergize with a lot of the armored unit skills, which include being next to an ally or being between an ally and an enemy. Madeline has insane HP, strength, and defense growths. Everything else is pretty poor, but that's to be expected. Madeline shows up to the party with 2000 SP, so you can already throw a few skills on her, and her defensive stats are so high that even Louis and Jade are gonna have a hard time catching up by the time they get to an internal level of 20. She has insane growths in HP, strength, and defense, but she has the literal worst dex in the entire game, even worse than Diamant by 5 points. That is her big flaw, is that she will barely ever hit anything unless you work on that extensively. In terms of classes, she will likely do best in an armored class like General, or you can try something like Paladin, which will maintain her S-rank axe access while fixing some of her problems, including her movement. Great Knight is another good choice, which also gives you access to swords and will help with her dexterity. The only other thing I can imagine using her on is if you wanted to bring over her bulk to something like a halberdier or a hero. I don't think that takes advantage of her benefits in the most effective way. Switching her out of General also means that her outfit is ugly now compared to original, and she will be quick to point that out as well. Most any tanky set of skills will work, but in her case she specifically will want Divine Pulse Plus to fix her terrible accuracy, maybe even a hit plus 30 from Sigurd, but there are some other useful things that you might want to put on there. She'll also benefit from the Sacred Engrave, which will increase the hit on her weapon, which will also help patch up that hole. One of the benefits of having such a big glaring issue is that if you devote enough resources to fixing that one thing, which is a pretty outstanding unit otherwise. In terms of emblem pairings, you can use the general slew that you would with any kind of tank. Hector is a choice if you just want to make her indestructible. Camilla could be useful since it increases the res that she might be lacking to be a more overall generalized tank. If you stick with general or you just want even more movement, Camilla will help you with an extra 2 move while engaged, and someone like Sigurd could also increase her movement while engaged, which could be useful. If you use Madeline, let me know if she's working out for you as a tank or if you switched her over to something else.